So with the Thanksgiving festivities starting today, I know a lot of you all are definitely wondering what exactly are you going to wear in terms of the clothes that you're going to wear today to the Thanksgiving party or get together. And then also, what are you actually going to be smelling like? Well, today I have 10 fragrances in my collection that I'm definitely considering wearing. All right, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Jamar from Vegas Scents. And to anyone that's brand new to the channel, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe. And to all of my watchers, do me a favor, leave a like and a comment on the video. All right. So just to get straight into the list, man, again, these are going to be 10 fragrances that I have in my collection that I think are really good choices to sort of wear to like a Thanksgiving dinner or get together. So I'm going to start off with a fragrance here from the house of Lattafa. And this is going to be Honor and Glory by Lattafa. All right. So this is just a really sort of smooth, kind of creme brulee pineapple mixed with some spices. I like to, kind of liken this to like almost like a upside down cake, a pineapple upside down cake. I know some of you all are kind of familiar with what that is. Some aren't. But it's just basically, it's like a cake, just kind of infused with certain spices and vanilla. And then it has, like pineapple at the bottom of it pretty much. All right. So again, at number 10, this one is going to be Lattafa Honor and Glory. All right, so this next fragrance, this is going to be more so for kind of like that more kind of grown man type of person that's looking for, a fragrance to wear to a Thanksgiving dinner. This is going to be Exclusif Tabac by Maison Alhambra. So this is the clone of Carolina Herrera's Mystery Tobacco. And it does smell a lot like fragrances like, Parfums de Marley's Carlisle. There's some differences that I get between this and Carlisle in the opening. But again, this is actually a clone of Mystery Tobacco from Carolina Herrera. So far, I really enjoy the dry down of this fragrance. It dries down to like this really nice sort of vanillic, tobacco-y, I would say probably even like some patchouli in the dry down as well. It's really nice, really grown and sexy, really like, I would say definitely a grown man type of fragrance. And the way that the tobacco is done in this is really nice. So again, this is going to be Exclusif Tabac from Maison Alhambra. All right, so this next fragrance from the House of Fragrance World, this is going to be another one of those sort of, grown and sexy type of fragrances. But in my opinion, this isn't necessarily like a grown man type of fragrance. I think this is a fragrance that either a man or a woman could wear. And this is going to be the clone of Mason Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir. And this is Barakkat Ambre Eve. All right. So this opens up with a really kind of fizzy, sort of sweet amber that doesn't really stick around that long. I would say it kind of sticks around for seconds. And then this turns into like a spicy, resinous, sort of thick, sweet, vanillic sort of scent. All right. This definitely has pretty good projection and longevity. So performance wise, this is definitely going to last you all night. And I would say this is a very mass appealing fragrance to wear. So you're definitely going to get compliments with this as well. And again, this is Fragrance World's Amber Eve, or Barakkat Ambre Eve. Next one up is going to be a clone of Dolce & Gabbana's Luminous Night from the One series. And this is the one and only Moonlit Night from Fragrance World. This so far, I would say, is my favorite take on the One DNA from Dolce & Gabbana. It does have some similarities to like Dolce & Gabbana, the One EDP. But it's a completely different scent. This definitely has a lot more sort of like smoky incense to the fragrance. Also, it has a really nice dates note that you get in the dry down that almost kind of gives it sort of like a sweet chocolatey feel, at least on my skin anyway. This does also perform very nicely, 8+ hours on skin. So this is also going to be another one of those fragrances that's going to last you through the night. And I do think that this would get you compliments for sure. This is definitely going to be a masculine scent. So this is also going to be another one of those grown man types of scents. But again, I do love this. I might actually wear this one today. I'm not sure. I'll have to let you all know in the comments anyway if you're wondering what I wore. But again, this is going to be the one and only Moonlit Night. All right, so the next fragrance up, this in my opinion is actually, after smelling the original and comparing it with this fragrance, I'm gonna have to say the clone is actually better in my opinion. This is gonna be from the house of Lattafa. This is Lattafa's Afkaar. All right, so this is a clone of Mancera's Instant Crush. And this fragrance, like I said, at least for me, this smells better than, you know, what Instant Crush does. Instant Crush is definitely more balanced, you know, in the opening when it comes to like the mandarin, the saffron, the ginger, the bergamot. But what I do actually prefer out of this fragrance is it is a little bit heavier on that sort of mandarin orange note. So it gives it a slightly more fruitier touch to the fragrance. And this also, I would say, it does give you a little bit better projection in the opening, especially, you know, when it comes to this fragrance. This is also going to be a very long lasting fragrance. So it's going to give you at least about 10 to 12 plus hours. And pretty much if you're not familiar with Instant Crush, this for the most part is going to be pretty much in the same vein as sort of like Baccarat Rouge 540, except at least for me, I think this is a little bit more interesting. Like I said, you do get more of a fruitier touch to this. It is definitely spicier with that ginger that you get, you know, in the top notes of this fragrance. And just overall, I do think that this is a slightly more mass appealing version of that scent profile. So again, this is going to be Afkaar from Lattafa. All right, so if you're looking for something boozy and unisex, then this is definitely going to be a good choice. This is After Effect by F.A. Paris Fragrance World. It's their take on Initio Side Effect. And I think that this is a fragrance that either a man or a woman can absolutely wear. You know, it's boozy, it's spicy, it does have tobacco in it as well. So it's a very sort of sweet fragrance as well. All right, so it has aspects on both ends of the spectrum, you know, when it comes to kind of masculine and feminine, you know, sort of scent profiles all in one with this fragrance. So I think that's why this fragrance is always, for the most part, kind of sold out. Because also, I mean, the quality and the performance that you get with this is also very good as well. It's just a very sexy, boozy, like I said, spicy, sweet sort of scent. Perfect for this time of the year, especially for like a get together, you know, during the holidays. So again, this is going to be After Effect by F.A. Paris Fragrance World. All right, so I'm actually debating on whether or not I should wear this one or maybe two other fragrances on this particular list. This is going to be the clone of Parfums de Marly's Layton, and this is Dusk. All right, and that's by the Woods collection. So this is very close to Layton, especially when you get to like the dry down of Layton. This definitely comes pretty close to it. If you're talking about the opening of Layton, this isn't as close to the opening of Layton. I would say this more so kind of goes straight into like that mid and dry down of, you know, what you get from Layton. So it gives you that really sort of creamy, spicy sort of vanilla that you get within Layton, which I do think that is the best part of it. But even with this fragrance, I would say it is about 90% close to Layton. It doesn't get it down, you know, 100% or exactly. But I think for the price that you pay for this, which I mean, the price is going up on this a little bit. I think it's now like in the mid 50s in terms of the price. I'll have links in the description to where you can buy all of these fragrances. But I believe right now, Joma Shop, I think, and FragranceBuy.ca are about the only two places that you can get this. I want to say I saw this the other day on Fragrance Buy for about $46. And I think on Joma Shop, this goes for about $56 or so. All right, so definitely check this one out. Again, I would say this is probably going to be, your best bet when it comes to a latent clone. This also does have very good performance as well. And again, this is Dusk by the Woods Collection. So this is another fragrance that definitely, I would say as of recently, it was out of stock for a little while, especially after some of the bigger YouTubers started, putting the word out there about this fragrance. This is going to be the clone of YSL Tuxedo. This is Fragrance World Suits. So this is now back in stock pretty much everywhere. So thankfully I can, put a link or a few links below to where you can buy this. I know a lot of people, they think, that, Maison Alhambra's the Tux is better than this fragrance. And I mean, that's their opinion. In my opinion, this is the best, YSL Tuxedo clone. Yes, this doesn't necessarily have the same sort of, I would say, emphasis on like the peppers when you first spray this on. So this is going to be a little bit more fruitier in the top. But I would say once you start to get to like the mid and the dry down of what YSL Tuxedo smells like, this is basically identical to that fragrance, and it gives you very good performance. At least on my skin anyway, I get over 10 to 12 hours when wearing this fragrance. So this is going to be another fragrance that, depending on when you spray this on and you go to the dinner, this is probably going to last you into like the next day until you take a shower pretty much. All right. So again, this is going to be Suits by Fragrance World. All right, so next one up, this is a pretty proven DNA. I would say it is kind of 50-50 whether or not people, love or hate this particular scent profile, but this is going to be Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum from Armaf, and this is obviously the the Creed Aventus clone. Like I said, when it comes to Creed Aventus, that scent profile, people are either going to love the way that scent profile smells or they're going to hate it. So it just all depends. I would say, at least in my experience, most people that have smelled, that Aventus scent profile on me have liked it. So, definitely, it just kind of depends on who you're around. But this is also going to be another good performer. In my opinion, this is extremely close to, most sort of modern batches of Creed Aventus. Like I said, I compared this to like I believe it was a 2018 batch of Creed Aventus. And I mean, it was fairly close. I want to say, if anything, this was just a little bit more sweeter than what the Creed Aventus was. But overall, it came extremely close, 90+% close to Creed Aventus. So again, this is going to be Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum. And then the last fragrance that I have on this list, this is also from the house of Lattafa. They've just released a new flanker of this particular fragrance. This was extremely hard to get like around this time of year last year. And this is Lattafa's Khamrah. All right. So when it first came out, it was compared a lot to By Kilian's Angel Share. And it does have some similarities to that fragrance, but this is definitely not a clone of By Kilian's Angel Share. This is definitely going to be a lot sweeter, a lot boozier. I would even say probably spicier. And you get like a dates sort of sweetness, in the dry down of this fragrance that you don't really get in Angel Share. I have seen that this is more so kind of like a clone of another Middle Eastern fragrance. I want to say it's called Gisa Sava or something like that. But either way, man, this is a really amazing fragrance. It gives you really good performance, projection, and longevity. People are going to smell you when you wear this fragrance, and it is going to be something that's going to last you all day and through the night. And so again, this is going to be Lattafa's Khamrah. All right. So let me know what you all thought about that list. Do you all plan on wearing any of these fragrances to Thanksgiving dinner or to a sort of Thanksgiving get together or any sort of party or like anything like that today? Let me know in the comments below. And again, if you're brand new to the channel, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe. Also, anyone watching, leave a like and a comment. Also, anyone that shops at Banadier Fragrance, if you go to banadierfragrance.com and use my code VegasSense20, that'll actually give you 20% off through today, all the way up until 11:59 p.m. Monday night. All right, so definitely use that code over the next few days. Also, Triple Traders, they are also having a 20% off sale as well for their entire website. No code needed, but I'll have my link in the description to link you directly to their site. So definitely use that as well. And like I said, there's no code needed for that. All you need to do is just basically check out, and the 20% off will be taken off of the order. All right. So also check out the community tab as well. I've been posting some deals there as well. Joma Shop is having a lot of deals on their website when it comes to Middle Eastern fragrances, so check that out. And once again, man, if you're brand new to the channel, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And again, that's Jamar from Vegas Sense. I'll see you on the next video.